Hello everyone, Magdalene here with a quick guide for desperate times. To begin this quest, you'll need 50 mining, 50 smithing, as well as 50 divination. You'll also need to complete the needle skips and You Are It quests. This quest can take anywhere between an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. It really depends on how fast you go through the dialogue, as well as how good you are with some of the puzzles that are involved in here. Here are the items that you'll need to bring along with you. You can get Gleaming Energy from the Wisp Colony in Central Karamja. You should have your old necklace from the You Are It quest, but if you don't have it anymore, you can get another one in the Lumbridge Cemetery. Just bring a spade and dig to the left of the southwestern light. You'll also need to bring along some kind of equipment that'll give you access to the Black Knight's fortress. There are many options you can choose, but the easiest ones to get your hands on is a bronze medium helm and an iron chain body. If you have a Skull of Remembrance, you can bypass all of that and use it to teleport directly into the fortress. Aside from all of that, it's helpful to have access to fairy rings to get you to your locations faster. You can also bring along an archaeology journal to teleport to the dig site, which you'll also need to go to at some point. You will need to defeat 5 level 50 enemies, so bring along weapons and armor, and food if you're a lower level. To begin the quest, teleport to Birthrope and go north towards the castle. Climb up to the 2nd floor and talk to Saren. Accept the quest and you'll be shown a cutscene. Talk to Osman and select the first option. When you get a green notification saying you found a garden location, you can leave the dialogue. Now talk to Ceramic Vars and select the second option. When you've obtained a workforce, leave the conversation and talk to a Xanadra. Select the third option, and then the first option. You'll come across a complication. So now talk to Venescula Draken. Select the first option 3 times. After coming across some more problems, talk to Zarador. Once again, select the first option 3 times. Keep going through the dialogue until it finishes. Now you need to travel to the Needle to talk to Carapic. You can either use Fairy Ring code AKQ or use the Eagle's Peak home teleport. There is a bridge you'll have to cross to get to the Western Island. And then you'll need to walk across some rocks to reach the area where the needle is. When you arrive, talk to Carapic. Select any choice for the first 2 options. And then select the first option. You'll now need to close 5 temporal instabilities. The first one can be found just northeast of you, so click on it to close it up. Now travel back across the rocks and close the instability here. The third one is in the house's courtyard to the west. Now go inside the house and climb up the stairs. Close the last 2 instabilities in the rooms here. Once that's done, head back to Carapic and talk to him again. Once you're finished, you'll need to go to McRubber's Wood. You can either use fairy ring code ALS or use the Sears Village teleport and go northwest. You'll have to look for the break in the fence to get inside if you're going this way. Once you're inside, click on the mysterious hole and select the first option to go down. Run through the cavern to get to the larger room. Click on the coffin to investigate it. You'll then receive a letter from Karos, so click on it to read it. Use your archaeology journal to teleport to the guild and head northeast to the dig site. Go to the entrance of the empty throne room and step on the portal here. There are 3 rooms similar to this one where you'll have to complete puzzles to gain a key. There are several closed off rooms in each area with locked chests in them. Keep stepping on any of the portals on the floor until one of these rooms open. You'll have to click on the chest and enter in the 4-letter code to open it. To find out the codes for each chest, you'll need to complete a series of random puzzles. The puzzles and solutions for each player will be different, but there are a general set of rules that you can follow. If your room has a recipe on the floor, click on it and look at the numbers for each item. If every single listed amount can be represented by a Roman numeral, those 4 Roman numerals will be your code. If they don't all work for a Roman numeral, then your code will be the first letter of each item. Enter the letters in order as listed on the recipe. If the room has piles of coins on the floor, examine each pile. Match the amount to the Roman numeral that corresponds with it. Your code will be these 4 letters. Start going clockwise for each letter to find the correct order. If your room has multiple items on the ground, look at the first letter of each item. Start with the item that's furthest away from the chest and work your way in. This will be the code you'll have to put in. If that order doesn't work, just reverse it. If there's only one item on the ground, check the 4 letters of the word. That'll be your code. If the room has a plaque next to the door, read it. The code will be the first letter of each lodestone listed. Lastly, if the room has a clean herb on the ground, your code will simply be herb. As you open each chest, you'll unlock more words to help you solve the puzzle in the middle. Unfortunately, I can't show you what every puzzle looks like because I only got a few of the different options. But I will show you the thought process for each of my puzzles to give you a general idea. In this room, I have a recipe on the ground that shows the numbers 100 and 5. Since all these numbers can be represented with a Roman numeral, my code were those 4 letters as listed in the order on the recipe. Now keep stepping on portals until a new room with a locked chest opens up. Another recipe, but this time the numbers cannot be represented with a Roman numeral. So now I'm going to look at the 4 individual ingredients: flour, Crandorian hops, tomatoes, and honey fungus. If I take the first letter of each item, my code is FKTH. You'll know you're ready to complete the middle puzzle if there's only one blank space on your word grid. For this particular room, I only needed to open up 2 chests, but you may need to open up more than that. Take note of all of the words on your grid, as well as where the space is. Each word on the grid corresponds with a tile in the middle of the room. You'll need to slide each tile around until the whole thing matches your word grid. Once you complete the puzzle, the room will shake and you can leave. To get the second key, you'll need to go to Black Knight's Fortress. Equip your bronze helm and iron chain body, or whatever other option you chose, and enter through the fortress gate. Step on the portal to the east and you'll be brought to another key room. Just like before, keep stepping on the portals on the floor to open up a room with a locked chest in it. Once again, your puzzles may be different, so consult the guide I showed earlier. For me, I received another recipe that can't be associated with Roman numerals, so I entered in the first letter of each ingredient. Keep trying to unlock the next room with the portals and head on in. Now I have 4 items on the floor: a crystal bow, a yuzu, a papaya, and a beltfish. So I picked the first letter of each item and put that in as my code. The furthest item away from the chest was the crystal bow, so I put C first, and then worked my way in towards the chest. With my word grid complete, it's time to head to the sliding puzzle in the middle again. Once again, move each tile to their correct position as represented in your word grid. When you complete the puzzle and the room shakes, it's time to head to Varrock. Enter Varrock Castle and go up to the 2nd floor. Step on the portal in the southeastern room to enter the final key chamber. Progress through each puzzle room just like before. Yet another recipe with no Roman numerals, so my code will be M, L, C, and J for this one. In this room I have 4 items: a nature tiara, a yew shield bow, a teapot, and a topaz ring. The item furthest from the chest is the topaz ring, so that makes T the first letter of my code, and then I'll go down the line to N for the nature tiara. In my final room, I have a single cake. That makes my code the 4 letters of the word. Now it's time to solve the middle sliding puzzle one more time. Leave the chamber from where you came and go down to the 1st floor of Varrock Castle. Head north to the library and talk to Reldo. Select the first option to use your necklace on him. You can say anything for the second dialogue choice, and then select the first option to hand over the materials in your inventory. Finish the dialogue with whatever option you want. To prepare for any upcoming encounters, make sure you bring your armor and weapon. Now it's time to return to the needle, so use fairy ring code AKQ again or use the Eagle's Peak teleport. Talk to Carapic and you'll be brought to a new area. Move throughout the area looking for any Slisky clones. You'll need to kill 5 of them and pick up the broken shards they drop. Once you have all 5 shards, click on one of them to combine them into a Slisky mask. Equip the mask and move all the way east. Click on Guthix and select the first option. Once the cutscene is over, you'll need to travel through the area and harvest the memories scattered around. You'll see them as yellow on your map. First, harvest the memory to the east. Then travel northwest to the next memory. Now go slightly northeast to the third one. Now go to the northeasternmost corner. Now go directly west up the slope for the last one. When you're done, go southeast to the fairy ring and talk to Jagex. Select any option when speaking with him. In this next area, click on each of the 4 mutable animas once. Now head over to the western room. Go to the southeast part of the room and click to jump the gap. Then click to run across the planks, and then drop down the rock face. Climb the rock face to the north and enter back into the room. And then climb through the obstacle here. Keep running along through each area until you reach the southeastern room. Open the door to the south to enter the next area. In this area, you'll need to click on each of the green mutable animas to switch them. On this first level, click on the western anima once. Now go through the rift closest to you and click on the anima to the south once. Go back through the rift and enter the other one next to you. You'll see 2 animas here. Click each of them once. Now wait for the anima to hit Carapic and you'll be teleported to the final area. You'll need to make sure each mutable anima is facing the correct direction as shown in the image here. Some of these are frozen in place, and they can only be switched after harvesting from the red unrefined anima. To begin, go to the northeastern room and harvest the anima here. Now leave the room and go west to the green anima. Click it once to switch the direction facing south. Now go slightly south and look to the west for 2 more green animas on the level below you. Click both of them once to make them face south. Now go down past the orange anima and enter the southern room to harvest the unrefined anima here. Click on the green anima here to make it face south. Now go up the stairs to the northwest and harvest the unrefined anima. Go north to the anima that used to be orange and click it to switch it facing southwest. Now wait for the anima to move around and it'll activate a cutscene. After the cutscene, speak with Karos. Return to the quest start location in Birthrope and talk to Saren on the 2nd floor. Once you finish the dialogue, that is quest complete. For finishing the quest, you'll get a huge XP lamp, a master clue scroll, as well as Karos' clue carrier. The clue carrier can store all of your clue scrolls as well as the caskets. Alright everybody, that's it for my Desperate Times quick guide. If you found the guide helpful, please leave a like and consider subscribing for more. I'll see you all later. Bye!